Today we're here to talk about one of my favorite weapons in my collections, my 1911. Okay, let me go ahead and clear this, make sure we've got a safety check on it, and we're good to go. Alright, this particular model happens to be by Taurus. It is called a PT 1911. This is the stainless steel model. I opted for stainless steel because I like the way it looks, I like the way it feels, and it's just kick-ass. For the price point, guys, you're not going to be able to beat the 1911 in this model. I think I paid somewhere around $6 1/4, something like that, out the door. Okay, it came with 2 of the factory Taurus magazines. These are 8-round magazines. This is an 8+1 weapon. These are crap. Okay, I actually have thrown one of the magazines completely away due to the fact that it just fails to feed all the time. It causes nothing but stovepipes in the weapon, and if you load it over 6 rounds, it's not going to do anything for you. Now, I've worked this magazine to where I can use all 8 rounds, and it's functioned pretty well after about 1,200 rounds, but you shouldn't have to do that. So, after I tossed the other one, I went out and I went ahead and bought a Wilson Combat magazine. This has not had one problem yet. I love this magazine. I'm going to pick up a couple more of these, just haven't had a chance to get out there and do it. You know, Bullets and Babies doesn't have a sponsor, so the budget's kind of tight. Magazines, I've got 2. I go to the range. I have fun with them. A little bit about the weapon. Okay, it's got a commander style hammer on it. It's factory. It's got a ventilated trigger system. Factory. Heine 8-ball sights, factory. Beaver tail grip, factory. Ambidextrous safety, factory. And an extended magwell release, factory. Okay? So a lot of the upgrades that you guys have to do for your 1911 to get them to where they feel a little bit better, this thing already came with. Again, I'm not boasting this is the most high quality weapon on the playing field out there. It's obviously not. You got Wilson Combat, you've got Springfield Armory, you've got your Kimber, you've got all of those high-end weapons, but you're not going to find them for the price point that you find this Taurus. I took it in to the gunsmith. I'm not a gunsmith by any means. I do a little bit of work. Had the trigger worked a little bit. Took about 1 pound off the trigger pull, but this trigger is very crisp from the factory. You don't have to do that. It's just my preference. This gun actually came with a polished throat and load ramp. Okay, I took it apart and I did a little bit more polishing on it. Not that I needed to, it's just my preference again. Again, I will tell you right now, I have over 5,000 rounds down the throat of this weapon. Other than the factory magazine crap, I have not had one FTF, not one stovepipe, not one ejection problem. I have not had any problem whatsoever, and I fed some shit ammo through this weapon. Okay, I've gone everything from American Eagle to the Winchester loads, the UMC rounds, the standard Remington green box, Hornady critical defense, Corbins. I bought some Reman ammo at the gun show. I mean, I have shot everything through this weapon without fail. I can honestly say that I would trust my life with this weapon. If I had to carry one weapon with me other than my Glock or other than my M&P, this would probably be it. I mean, other than the low capacity, this thing is dead on. Okay, MOA on this gun, I've been shooting approximately 1.5 to 2.25 inch MOA at 15 yards consistently with this weapon. Now, some of the problems with the weapon are probably not the weapon itself, it's probably me. So that 2.25 could probably be tightened up. But again, that's what I shoot. I'm not the best firearms guy in the world, but I'm decent. Okay? One of the features that I really want to change out on the weapon are obviously the grips. I just haven't found anything that I really like yet. The Taurus grips aren't that bad. They're a little bit thinner than other 1911 grips. They fit your hand well. Very little recoil with this weapon, so I haven't had a problem yet. This is great for double taps, which is what you want in a weapon. The follow-up shot, again, you're going to keep that in that about 2-inch range. Okay, and that's at 15 yards. I have shot it at 20 yards. Everything at 20 yards that failed on this weapon as far as hitting the target right in dead center is not the gun, it's me. You know, I do have pretty good grouping at 20 yards. I want to say 3 inches. That was the first time I've actually fired this weapon at 20 yards. It may have been 22, something like that. I'm not really for sure. I know the range hits 20 or 21 yards with their automated system. So, if you guys want a budget buy, you want to get out there, you want to spend less than $1,000, $1,200, $2,000, $3,000, I would try out your Taurus PT 1911. It does come in black. It comes in two-tone. I think they have what they call an A1 model, which is an aluminum frame. Nut Fancy did a really good review on that. He's also a big fan of this weapon for the price point. So, if you guys want to check it out, man, go down to your local dealer, pick one of these things up, take it to the range, shoot me back a video response, let me know how yours handled. There are people out there that say, oh, this thing's a piece of crap, blase, but maybe they got one of the first models. Again, I've had this thing for a year and a half, maybe 2 years at this point, over 5,000 rounds down the pipe. Love it, would recommend it to anyone, especially for a plinker, a target gun, even for a carry gun, if you've got enough room to put it in your holster, or if you're not worried about concealed carry. It is an 8-inch long weapon, 8.5 I believe is the actual technical, 5-inch barrel on it. It weighs 39 ounces empty. Okay, so you're looking at 41, 42 ounces completely full with your magazine intact. If you guys have any questions or comments about the weapon, you want to ask me anything at all, just shoot them down below, leave me a point. I will get back to you as soon as I can.